Hello. Hello. Okay, let's get started. My name is Alexandra, and we are talking methodology today, as usual. Let me know if you can see and hear me well. Okay, I think that we're good to go. So, dictionaries. We are talking about dictionaries today. Before I start telling you what to do with dictionaries to make students use them and use them effectively, let me know in the comments, do you teach your students to use dictionaries, or do you think this is something they will do on their own? And what dictionaries do you use? First of all, is it a translation dictionary or is it an English dictionary, and which one do you use? And I'll tell you my story. I love dictionaries and I love exploring language, using them, and for me, it was always fascinating to learn some more things about the usual words. I would go to a dictionary and then go to cross-reference articles in the dictionary entry and so on. And I find it very useful to use English dictionaries, even for your own good and with your students, teach them to do that effectively. And I believe that if you don't teach your students to use dictionaries, they have no idea what information they are losing, and they don't know how to approach it to do it effectively. So today we're talking about using dictionaries, 3 activities that will teach your students to use them. This is the start of the school year, or this is the start of the courses. Maybe your students came back from vacation, so this is a good time to show them a few things and teach them using it. I use online dictionaries, English dictionaries only, even with pre-intermediate students. I love Longman Dictionary, Learner's Dictionary. I also use Cambridge and Oxford online dictionaries, and I believe that you should choose one for the beginning and use it with your students for some time. After they get used to it, you can show them more options. So what we can do with the dictionary at our usual lessons, and what we can teach our students. 3 tasks, as I promised. First task is called What's What, and this is to teach your students what is in the dictionary, where to look to find this or that information, and what kind of information they can find there. So here I usually make a screenshot of a dictionary if I use it with students in a usual class. If it's an online class, just give your students the link to the dictionary, open a particular word in it, and use it there. So, how to do it? Make a list of things that you can find in a dictionary. Make an activity with a screenshot from the dictionary, or just the questions in a way of a quiz or quest to make students find these things. So you can start with head word, pronunciation, part of speech, example, definition, some cross-reference, some extra materials, collocations. It depends on the dictionary that you use. You can make a list of things you can find there, and then ask them to find this thing and show it to you. If it's a usual class, they can like raise their hand after they find it, and you can check if they found correctly. If it's an online class, they can just tell you what is it. So for example, you can take an entry for a specific word and ask them, just a moment, for a specific word, and ask them to find these things. For example, you take the word cat, let's say, and they open the entry, and you say like, can you see the head word? So what is a head word? And teach them this thing. What is the pronunciation? How it looks like? What is the definition? What are the examples? And so on. So give them these questions. This is also a part where you teach them this language, and where you show them what they can find in the dictionary. Again, depending on your students' level, on their age, and on their level of English, you can give more or less things. So it's up to you what information to choose. So just an example from an activity I did recently. So I gave them a word, and I showed them these points. So the pronunciation of a word. So they had to find it and send me, copy the information and send me in the chat the spelling of a word. So they had to see where's the spelling. For example, the word forms, if it's an adjective, the comparative and superlative forms. If it's a verb, then the second and the third form, where to find it in the dictionary, where to check. The example of how we actually can use the word, what the word means, the definition, and some collocations. Next activity is what's in it, and this is a good way to show students what kind of dictionaries there are and what are the pros and cons of using this or that dictionary. Especially if you have a lesson in a traditional classroom, you can show them a few dictionaries. For example, English and translation dictionary, and give them a worksheet with different things you can find in a dictionary, and then a few columns. So you can put a column yes, no, like is it there in a dictionary or not? Where? So where in the dictionary you can find it, and then like put from 1 to 5, or from like any other point system. You can show them if they can understand what it is, how useful it is for them, and so on. So you can make up your own categories for this thing. And you can make a list of things like illustrations, examples, definitions, explanations, some grammar information, pronunciation, synonyms, idioms, collocations, some cultural information, maybe a corpus information, and so on. So again, depending on the level and the course, you can choose this or that category. And they check with the dictionaries and try to find, like, is it in the dictionary, where in the dictionary you can find it, and how useful it is, or what is the most important for them, and so on. In this way, you can then collect their papers and see what things students have problem with, what things they would like to explore more, and based on that, plan your next dictionary exercises. And the third task is what's important for you. Again, you make a list of things that you can find in an English dictionary, and you ask either to put them in the order of importance for the student, or rate them from 1 to 5, from 1 to 10, and so on. Like, depends on what you choose. By the way, if you decide to do a rating task, I recommend you choosing an uneven number. So, for example, rate it from 1 to 4 or 1 to 6, because when you have an uneven number, there is a better chance that your students won't automatically choose the middle point, and it won't be that effective. And you can give how important are the following things for you? A question, a list of things, and they rate it. For example, spellings, grammar information, pronunciation, examples, translations, explanations, meanings, illustrations, notes about similar words, idioms, understanding when and how to use words, list of irregular verbs, and so on. So based on this information, you ask your students what they use dictionary for. And through this questionnaire, you can understand where they need help and where they don't. So, for example, if everyone or majority of your students point out that they use dictionaries mostly for meaning, translation, and examples, or pronunciation, for example, then you won't focus on that too much. And if they don't, or if they underrate some things that you believe are important for them, then you focus on these things in more detail. For example, my FCE students were utterly shocked when they found out that they can actually check spelling using the dictionary. They just can start writing the word, and the dictionary will help them with spelling. And also they were utterly shocked that they can actually cheat and find the word forms, the word formation, and all the forms of different parts of speech based on one root in Longman Dictionary, because it has it. Like after almost every word, they have this thing called word family, and you can actually find the derivatives from there. So you can tell them that. And now a few words about the dictionaries that you can use on your phone. I found a comment under our previous stream, someone asking which dictionaries do you use and which ones we can use on your phones for free. So you can use a Longman Dictionary on your phone for free, and even in offline version. So this is the only one which you don't have to buy subscription to. The other ones, they are free apps, but there are in-app purchases and you have to buy subscription. Also, Oxford Dictionary is also possible, but it has limited things in there. Okay, so these are the dictionaries these are the dictionary activities I wanted to tell you about. They sound a bit plain when I just explain you this, but you can actually create worksheets of any length, form, and so on. Most of these tasks take up to 10 minutes in one-on-one class. If you work with a group, it takes from 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the task and the amount of words you want them to find, and so on. basically, you can find a lot of ways to conduct it. You can make it into a competition. You can make it into a game. You can pair them up or ask them to work as a team or ask them to work individually and find these things in the way you want it to. So this would be it for today. I hope you enjoyed our stream, and I hope to see you all next time. And next time we are taking one of the topics suggested by one of our subscribers. You asked to talk us about students' goals, and this is what we are going to do. And next stream is going to be in Russian. Everyone have a good day, and I see you all next time. Bye-bye.